While sending an HTTP request to the server, with the request we can also send some additional data to the server, and that we can do by setting some headers for the HTTP request. In the same way, we can also pass query parameters to the server with the request. Let's see how we can do that. So if you remember, when we were sending this post request to the server, with this post request, we also sent some headers. So here we are creating a header using this HTTP headers class, and to the constructor of this HTTP headers, we are passing an anonymous object. And there we are setting the headers by using a key value pair. So this is the key and this is the value. So here this my header is a header. And for that header, this procadme is the value. And then we are passing this header with this post request by specifying a third parameter for this post method. And there we are specifying the headers which we want to send with this request. So this is one way of creating a header and then sending it with the request. Now we can also create a header something like this. So inside this fetch product method, let's say we want to send some header with this get request. So here, let's again go ahead and create a variable. Let's call it header. And to create a header, we use HTTP header class. Now on this HTTP headers, we can call a method called set. And inside this set method, we can specify the header which we want to send as a key value pair. So here, the first string will be the key. Let's say here we want to set the content type, and the second value will be the value. So here we can specify the value for this content type header. So here let's say application/JSON. So basically this header will tell the server that we are sending the data in the JSON format. And now let's say you want to set some other header. In that case, you can use another set method. So you can chain that set method on this existing set method like this. And here you can specify another header using a key value pair. So here let's say we want to set the access control allow origin to all. So to set it to all, we can specify star. So this header will allow cross origin resource sharing. In the same way, if you want to set some more headers, then you can use another set method and you can chain it. Now let's go ahead and let's pass this error with the request. Now remember that the header will be always passed as the last argument for the method. So this get method is taking only one argument, which is this URL, right? So here, as the second argument, we can specify an anonymous object like this. And here, since we want to send some headers, first we need to use this headers string. And to this, we can assign the header which we want to send with this request. So we have created that header here. So let's assign this header to this headers property. Okay, let me move it to a separate line so that it will be more readable. Let's save the changes. And if you remember in the last lecture, we changed this URL for this post method, right? So let's remove this value 123 from here. Now let's go to the web page. And let's also go to this Firebase database here. And if you remember in the last lecture, we set this read property to false. So let's again set it back to true. Let's publish it. And now let's go to our application. And here, let me open developer console. Let's go to network tab. And now let's try to fetch the product. So when I'm fetching the product, you can see that a request has been sent. So basically two requests has been sent. The first request will be of type options and the actual get request will be this request. Now let's scroll down and let's go to request headers. And here you can see this access control allow origin is set to asterisk, that means all. And here we have this content type set to application/JSON. And these are the two headers which we are sending with the get request. Now all these other headers are set by either the browser or Angular. So by default, whenever we make a request to the server, browser sets some default headers for that request, but it is also possible to specify our own headers. And just now I showed you how we can do that. Now here in this create product method, when we created this header, we simply passed an object to this header constructor, this HTTP headers constructor. But here when we are creating the header, first we are creating an instance of this HTTP headers, and then on that instance we are calling this set method. Now one thing which you need to remember is that this HTTP headers is immutable. That means here we have created a header. So an instance of this HTTP headers will be created. Now on that, we are calling this set method and we are trying to set some HTTP headers. So here it is not going to change the existing instance. Instead, it is going to return a new instance of HTTP headers where this header will be set. Then on that instance, again we are calling this set method. So again, this set method is going to return a new instance where this header will also be set. Okay, so remember that HTTP headers is immutable. Now, just like set method, we also have another method called append. This set method returns a new instance after modifying the given header. And if the header already exists, then when we use set method, the header's value is replaced with the given value in the returned object. But when we use append, the append method appends a new value to the existing set of values for header, and it returns a new instance. The append method does not check if the value exists or not. So let's see how we can use the append method. So inside this delete product method, let's say with this delete request, we also want to send some HTTP headers. So let's go ahead and create a new header. For that, let's first create a variable. Let's call it header. And to create a header, we use HTTP headers class. Now we can say header equals header.append. And to this append method, again, we can specify the header as a key value pair. So here, let's say my header 1, and let's say value is maybe value 1. And here we have this error because we have created this header variable using const keyword, so it cannot be changed. So let's create it using this let keyword. Now let's say we want to set another header. So again we can say header equals header.append. And again to this append method, we can specify a key. Let's say my header 2. And for the value, let's specify value 2. Now let's go ahead and let's pass this header with the delete request. So again, as the second argument of this delete method, let's specify an anonymous object. Here we need to specify the headers property. Okay, and to this we can assign this header. Let's save the changes. Let's go to the web page. Let's clear everything from here and let's try to delete one product. So here I will delete the last product. So you can see two requests had been sent. The first request will be of type options and the second request will be of type delete. Now let's go to the request header of this delete request. And here you can see our custom headers, my header 1 and my header 2 has also been sent with this request. So this is another way of creating a header. All right. Now with the request, we can also send some query parameters. Okay. So for example, let's go to our application. Let me clear everything here and let's try to fetch the data from the database. So you can see a request has been sent, a get request, and let's go to the response here, the response which we have received. And you will see that this response is in single line. So all the response which we are getting here is in the single line. So this is not quite readable. Now what we want is we want to get the response in a formatted way. So for that, with the request URL, we can also specify some query parameters. So here we are fetching the data from the database and here we have the URL. Now after this URL, using this question mark, we can specify some query parameters. Now here I want to specify a query parameter called print, and its value will be pretty. Okay, let's save the changes. Let's go to the web page. Let's again clear everything from here, from this network tab. And now let's make the fetch request. Let's open this request. And now you will notice the response which we have received is now formatted. So this query string here, it will tell the server that we want the response in a formatted way. Alright, so we can pass a query string with the URL. Now, instead of passing the query parameter with the URL, what we can do is we can set the query parameter and we can send it with the request. Let's see how to do that. So I will remove this query parameter from here. And now let's go ahead and let's create another variable here. Let's call it params. And to create a query parameter, we use HTTP params class. And to use this class, we also need to import it from angular/common/http. All right. Now again, just like we can set the headers using the set method, in the same way, we can also set the HTTP params using set method. So on this, we can call this set method, and we can specify the query parameter like a key value pair. So here, the key will be print and the value will be pretty. All right. Now here, to this anonymous object, let's specify another property, and the property is going to be params, and its value is going to be this params variable. With this, let's save the changes. Let's go to the web page. Let's clear everything here, and let's again make the fetch request. And let's open this request. And again, you will notice that we have received the response in a formatted way. And if you want to see where this query params is set, you can go to this payload, and here you will see that we have one query string parameter, which is this print, and its value is set to pretty. Now, if you want to set some other query parameter, then again, what you can do is you can use another set method and you can chain it on the existing set method like this. And here you can specify the query parameter name. Let's say maybe page number, and let's set its value to maybe 1. Let's save the changes. Let's go to the web page. Let's clear everything here, and let's again make the get request. Let's open this request, and here you can see in the payload we have two query string parameters, this print and this page number. So it is also possible to send the query string parameters with the request. And just like HTTP headers, this query string parameters are also immutable. Every time we call this set method on the params object, it will create and return a new instance of the HTTP params. This is all from this lecture. If you have any questions, then feel free to ask it. Thank you for listening and have a great day.